Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for joining us. We've got Johan, Mac, Paul, and myself here on Discord. You guys are welcome to join us if you want to. Hey, there's no restriction. You don't have to pay to be here or be shy in the least. So the link is below the video. If you guys want to join us, you're welcome. And let me just open the mic for the guys here on Discord so that they can greet you as well. There you go. Welcome, guys.
Good day to you, Nico.
Hello.
Right, so we figured out the plan. We decided on the runways and everything. So now it must just start up and then we can get going. Right, so this will be 17D for Delta 2. This is the test. Zibo is still working on all the codes and everything. I left the previous changelog because there's no specific changelog for this. I think he's just fine tuning it. So you'll get the gist of it. If you go to this video and maybe one or two back, you'll get the gist of what's happening in version 17 and the new draw code on the ND, as well as the new LNAV code. So Zibo's been busy, and thank you, Zibo, for that. Now we just have to wait that it start. Habib, good evening. Welcome. While we're waiting, let me show you guys the plan. We obviously have a specific test route, and the reasoning is simple. Every time something changes, it's just easier to determine what changed, or it's a stable model to fly from, stable route. So there you go. From Dublin, we're going to fly to Glasgow. It's short enough. We're going to do flight level 250. The difference between this flight and the previous flight is we're just going to use runway 23 because of the winds. And as you can see, it's the same kind of an approach. We're using the same star, the same loop teardrop, and then it's just a different runway. So we're going to get exactly the same kind of a draw on the ND. Yorkie, welcome. You're welcome. Guys, you are not obliged to stay the whole time. I will not be offended if you guys come and go, come and go. When we do a test flight like this and it gets a bit long-winded, it gets boring. I get that. Unfortunately, we have to do it, and we have to do it, well. So we're just sharing it so that we can have a record. Zibo can look at it with us, and we can actually have a discussion about it. So feel free. We can obviously just stay offline, and we can do the flight here privately in Discord, but we just figured, what the heck, we might as well show you guys as we're going along. Right, I'm just waiting for it to settle. It looks like it's settled. So let's reload the aircraft, make sure that we're in a stable system. Andrea, the official latest public version is 3.49.16. 349 full is just the full pack, the base, and then 16 is the latest update that's available to the public. And here we are testing 17. So, at some point in time, we'll finish it, and Zibo will be happy, and we'll be happy, and everybody's going to smile, and you'll get it. So,
good day, Nico. Please start the A cars.
all right, we're not flying the A cars tonight. We don't care. Let's just reload our weather.
Oh, if anybody hadn't noticed, it's Air Act today,
Yeah.
update day today as well.
Yes, yes, we did that. We did. Right, let me check all my lights. Ground, do we need... Sorry, guys, I was testing the FPS just there while I was swinging my head around. Right, we don't need ground power. We can just use those two. Right, better push back. Pre-plan.
Ground cockpit plan is acknowledged.
I need more
Cross to
volume.
the menu when you're ready to go.
Right, let's start. And you know what I did not do? I didn't actually do a flight plan for this. Remember I used STKP the other evening and then I had all that FPS issues. Do you guys have an OFP there? Maybe with some numbers? Mac, Paul, one of you guys? Or didn't you do OFPs?
Well, some hours ago.
Yeah, I just need the fuel and load, that's all.
Right, off the
Oh.
top of my head, fuel was exactly 5 tons.
Yeah. I'm just going to make 16 on the payload. We'll keep it.
I had 17.5 on the payload, and the reserves was 3 tons.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Then we'll improvise. That's good enough. If at least I can just get there, I'm fine. If it moans about fuel, we'll add a little bit more. Right.
Yeah. Well, I took extra fuel and I had 17.7 payload.
Okay, cool. Great stuff. Good. And we're going to do 25 again, so we're not worried about setting the pressurization. Come on.
Meta at Dublin is currently 240 to 11 knots, QNH 1011, Nico.
Thank you, 1011. 11010. 1010. Right, so that is set up. 1011. EGP. I'll try import the route in the weekend, guys. Or if I get a chance tomorrow, then we can fly it for the VA as well. Alright, just bear with me. Hello, Owen.
Yeah, good evening.
In actual fact, you know what? Let's make that 1.8. Cost index 20. Right, so I don't have any of this unless I go to Active Sky. Let's do that. Flight plan. Load. 50. Refresh. Briefing. V3.49.17d2. Wow. Wow. That's hectic. That's terrible. Do we have some other weather phenomena there, Mac, that we get the 50 knot wind at 25,000? That's hectic. That you know of.
It was quite warm.
Sorry, you're breaking up, eh?
I said it was quite warm as well.
Okay.
Went higher than I did. I flew at 19 and 23.
Okay.
Yeah, the wind's going to blow you there quite quickly today.
Yeah.
But it's crosswind.
Right.
Trim up.
Captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Looks like we've got some fog and crap there in Glasgow. Hope it's going to be an interesting landing. Maybe it might just miss the airport, but let me show you guys. Hello, Bjorn. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think we're just more transparent, you know, but yeah, we're trying. We're really trying hard. So we might miss
There's
it, but
also
go Mac.
there's also a shift in the code, the
Yeah.
way it's coded, which is significant in this update.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the weather waiting for us on that side, eh? Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Right, the tow's been connected and the bypass pin's been inserted.
Transition level
Release the back
problems
brakes when you're
start.
ready.
Okay. You mean the 10,000 one?
Flight level.
Before start procedure
No,
completed.
the transition level, because you were getting flight level indications in your leg page at 2,400 feet,
Okay,
etc.
yes, that one. Okay, got it. Start number 2 engine.
Down pushback, and you may start your engines there when you're ready.
She did not listen. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Oh, my
25
touchscreen.
N2.
My touchscreen is interfering with me. Give me a second, guys. I need to get rid of it. Otherwise, it's gonna make a mess. There. Crazy when that happens. Why would you want to set a higher Mach number when you're flying on VNAV, Michelle? I know what you're talking about, but that is a good question. Why do you want to fly faster than VNAV? Because that's obviously optimized for the CI that you're using and everything else. Start number 1 engine. Start number 1 engine.
Must be aware of is that the V-nav coding side of things at the moment is still to be addressed and will come as the later part of this update. We're currently focusing on the LNAV side of things.
Yeah, Mac, what he's referring to is, he did make a post in the forum about it. It's about TD and the aircraft not descending. So my initial response to him was that there's nothing wrong with it. The aircraft descends usually. You know, when you have the MCP set correctly, it will go down. But he's got other issues where he then flies past a TD and then he expects the aircraft to then come down. So yeah, the problem is if the ATC releases you late, what happens is your VNAV path comes into play, and then you will see the scale on the ND change, and you will see how it drops, and it will give you an actual feet number telling you how many feet you are off the VNAV path. Now, the only way to descend from there is to press the button. You have to press altitude intervent. The aircraft will never descend on its own automatically. It's impossible. It's just not made that way because of it requires user intervention. So when that tells you how far you are off the VNAV path, the only way you're going to get back to it is by pressing alt intervent. It needs to be told to descend. You know, so there's nothing you and I can do about it. That's the way the Boeing works. Again, there's nothing wrong with the code when it refuses to go down. You, as the pilot, is supposed to make it go down then. You have to manage it.
After TD?
After TD, yes. Before TD, you can press Alt Intervent. What will then happen is it will go on a steady 1,000 foot per minute descent until it reaches the actual VNAV path, and then it will engage VNAV path and descend normally. Hello, Kent. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I think I've done everything except set the parking brake, maybe, yeah.
Right, disconnecting the tail, stand by.
Right, have you got your first waypoint in the leg page? Is that OE?
I don't know, Mac. You know what? I've been so busy, I haven't actually checked anything. Yes, it's OE. There you go.
Okay. It's at OE that you will see the problem when it's turning towards the next waypoint. It does a 360-degree circle.
Flaps 5
and that's
set.
the bit we're trying to capture.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Let me just check the rest. Okay, we've got go. You can press VNAV for sure, but also now what you also need to understand is you get different versions of the Boeing 737-800. Some of them work one way, some of them work another way. So the question then becomes, what did you configure the Zibo to be? You know, do you have VNAV alt in? Do you have this in, that in, all the rest? I mean, there's a whole procedure in the EFB in this tablet that you have to go and set according to what you want. Okay, now if you press alt intervent, obviously it will remove a restriction in the way, but I'm pretty sure if you have it set the way I have, I can use the VNAV as well. You can just hit that, it will continue down. But the fact of the matter is you have to instruct it. It's not going to go automatic. It doesn't matter whether you press VNAV or not. But in this tablet, I mean, let's just go and find this thing quickly. I can't exactly now remember exactly where it is, so just bear with me.
My latest understanding, Michael, is that Zibo is moving to new C++ coding, and that the VNAV coding is still being written.
Rewritten, so but the code that's in there, Mac, the code that's in there is still linked to the setting that's in here. I must just find it. Here you go.
Appreciate that, but what I'm getting at is we haven't focused too much on VNAV problems yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
Until the new code comes out, because any minor errors could be, he may have already noted them and implemented changes, or there might be errors in the code. We've still to test it.
Exactly, but now if you look at this, you see there VNAV alt or VNAV hold. If you have VNAV hold installed, that's when you usually use the VNAV button. If you have VNAV alt installed, we press alt intervent. You know, so it all comes down to how you set it up. What is it supposed to represent? Is it supposed to represent Ryanair, which uses the older technology, or is it supposed to be Fly Dubai that uses the new technology? You understand? So it's very difficult to just say yes, this is right, yes, this is wrong. There is no right and wrong. There simply isn't. It's a question of what did you configure? Which aircraft are you simulating? Okay, if you go to Southwest, they've got one configuration. If you go to Ryanair, they've got one configuration. If you go to Fly Dubai, they're all on the latest, greatest gadgets, you know. So this is the way mine works. This is how I've set it up. And I promise you, I don't have any issue. I fly online continuously with ATC that continuously, I mean, the last couple of guys that were doing ATC for us, you know, slept on the job. I mean, we got the most horrific step downs instead of a continuous descent from these guys, and it's just easy. You just press alt intervent and it goes, you know. In most cases, when you are under ATC control and they give you a descent too, they're not interested in an altitude restriction anyway. They want you to cancel it because you need to fly according to the ATC. You're not flying according to a chart anymore at that point in time, you know. So you also need to understand that. Okay, well, let's go. We're sitting here baking eggs now.
Just while you taxi, it's worth mentioning that there is a guide to the EFB by patch 99 that explains all of those settings that you were talking about, Nico.
Exactly. Go to the forum, grab the EFB guide, and you're welcome, Michael. You're welcome. Michelle, I suppose. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. It looks like more like a Michelle to me. Sounds like you're French. So anyway, whatever. Apologies if it's wrong, but grab the EFB guide. It's all in there. You guys have to learn these things to set it up accordingly, and then you go and you look at what needs to, you know, be set.
You can also use vertical speed in such situations.
You can, but the moment you use vertical speed, you lose your VNAV path. You know, so the whole thing when it comes to simulation is start from where you want to end up, then go find out how to configure it to make it end up there. Okay. Our test pilots fly for Ryanair. We've got plenty of them. We've got Fly Dubai, we've got Jet2, we've got Southwest, we've got a whole bunch of guys in between with so many other airliners. You know, and that's one of the reasons why Zibo started implementing all the options, is because each one has a different configuration, each one have a different SOP. And again, it comes back to the point that I always make. It's not about right and wrong, it's about who taught you, who's asking you to fly this thing, who's paying the check at the end of the month. You know, you have to fly according to those SOPs and those parameters. So go to the forum, grab the EFB guide, and then you'll figure out these things quite easily if you understand what you're looking for and what it means. Anyway, okay, Andy, welcome. Thank you so much. Mine is not set up. No, mine is not set up for Ryanair. Mine is set up for the latest and the greatest. Mine is more set up for Fly Dubai side of things, because I like to be on the cutting edge of technology. Ryanair, for instance, you know, use heading hold after takeoff, for instance. I don't. I follow the role. You understand? So there's small little differences. It's not important. Let's go fly. Let's go check
Nico,
what this thing's doing. Yeah, Owen.
Not flying on IVO?
No, sir. No, because it's a test flight. No, you're welcome to fly, but no.
Yeah, I'm on IVO.
Sorry, man.
No problem. I was setting up so fast. I'm ready now.
Okay, but come. I mean, just because we can't see each other doesn't mean you can't fly with.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Big wins, huh?
On runway 28.
Yeah, it is. It is. Michelle, you can set it up for any of the ones that I mentioned. You can set it up for Southwest. You can set it up for Ryanair. You can set it up for Jet2. You can set it up for Fly Dubai. It's all about how you want to set it up. Okay, if you want to, if you look at the MMR, for instance, all right, if the aircraft that you want to simulate doesn't have the MMR, go back to nav1 and nav2. If it requires the different displays, you know, instead of digital, you go back to analog. It's all in the EFB. Every bit of configuration is in here. Yes, Ken, you get that as well. A lot of the guys, I mean, Sasso told us many times with his airline, they don't use the VNAV for takeoff, for instance. They just don't. You know, they fly it manually. And each one has got his own little thing, man. Good evening, Peter. Good evening, Steve. Let's go. I hope there's no alarm bells that will go off now. Toga. Okay, Max, so we'll have to keep an eye on OE, you say?
Take
Just
off
afterwards.
thrust set.
Okay. I didn't step through properly tonight, guys. I do apologize. So maybe when we just up airborne, we just pause it a second, or just while we're climbing, just quickly step through so we understand a bit more.
You've still got some out changes to do as well to assist with later on.
Alright.
We'll get airborne anyway.
Yeah.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
I'm glad. You see, you need to come visit more. You need to come visit more. And you'll have a lot of chance to ask a lot of questions, and we'll sort it out. Okay, come on, A.
Taxi lights off.
Alright, so there's OE. And you say it's just afterwards it wants to turn back or something.
Full 360 to the right.
On the magenta line, it shows going past OE, turning to the right, and then
Yes.
lining up with the next waypoint. But
Yeah.
it doesn't. It will do a complete 360. Or it
Okay.
did for me in Paul anyway.
Flaps 1 set.
Andre, what do you mean Max 5.0 with the Zibo mod? I'm not following you. Zibo's not making a max, by the way, guys. Level Up is making the max. Okay,
Flaps
and the
up.
guys are working hard
And
on it.
set.
I've seen some pretty nice pictures come past on Discord. Yeah, it really looks cool. But that's not Zibo. It is Level Up that's making it at this time. If Zibo's got a hand in it, it will be later on.
Approaching transition.
Oh, Nico, can you zoom in a little bit on the ND?
Transition altitude.
Paul, it's not drawing the hook like it did for us, is it? I'm going to question you in a minute. Are you rifling the right version, Nico?
I don't know. Let's have a look. See, we're gonna check it now. If it's not, I'm gonna be pretty angry. It's D2.
Oh no, it is draw. There is a hook. It's all right. There is a hook. See what it does here.
Yeah, it's turning back for some reason.
Yeah, there is a hook. Yeah. Right, now, instead of it going round and then carrying up the magenta, it doesn't. It does a 360-degree turn and then carries on. Don't have to do anything, but we wanted to highlight this to him.
Yeah, of course, of course.
See, it looks as if it's flying it beautifully.
Well, let it turn. Let it go to its thing, and we'll see what happens now.
There you go, see?
Mac, that's strange, eh?
Yeah,
That's
this is
weird.
why we were put. But it wasn't doing that with D1, but it is with D2.
Okay.
And so that's a significant change in the VNAV code that
LNAV
caused
code.
the problem.
Yeah, LNAV.
LNAV code, yeah. But just let it run. It sorts itself out.
Hey, Steel. All good. Yeah, Uncle John isn't here. He's probably on the phone again with a girlfriend or something, but the rest of us are all here. Hope you're well as well. Exactly, Steve. Whereas last week it drew the circles but it didn't follow them. Now it's following them but not drawing them. Interesting. There you go. It's turning back now. Okay, what else did you guys pick up today, if we can ask that so long?
Nothing other than what we had previously. So the thing to do is TRN. No, that. Remember the 230B and the 250B? Make them hard values instead of below values.
Still, I thought that was sorted.
No, it's not. That's part of the VNAV coding, remember?
Oh, yeah, okay.
All the other things we noticed LNAV wise were now as per the other day.
Gotcha.
It's 7,000 Atlantic, Nico.
Let me get back there. Okay, I messed it up. Yeah, you're right. I put this / at the wrong side. Thanks, Paul. You know what? Still, had a
If you
heck of a
notice,
day.
Nico,
Yeah.
if you step through that CF point on the approach, it's got a bypass after it as well.
Oh, I didn't pay attention. Let's go have a look. Yeah, there you go. CF23 bypass.
So again, it's the CF point that's causing the bypass.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the charts, the real life charts, as in Navigraph, you'll notice there is no CF05 or whatever it is on the chart. It's an intercept one that has been created in the nav data.
Okay.
1000 to level off.
1,000 to go.
It's what they call an IF point.
Gotcha.
Intercept fix, or whatever you call it.
Right, let me grab my active sky quick. Right. Still, no, it's not 100% correct, but we obviously just taking the other runway for weather now. Yeah, that's a big step that Zibo fixed there, big thing. Alright, so let's quickly see. We need to start setting up 221. 1009. We've done the rest, then we're gonna descend it to 900. And just to confirm, 110.10 and 29. Right. Okay, I think we are set.
So the other one we're checking is just to make certain the waypoints below transition level are all in 1,000 feet instead of FLs.
Yeah, there you go. But I already set my QNH for the descent. I can't remember.
It was the transition level because it was set for 1,000 feet, Nico. It was not the QNH.
Is it? Is that what it was? Okay. Well, there you go. It's set. It's working. It's perfect.
We think what happened was that 1,000 feet was supposed to add to the transition altitude of the destination airport, and it wasn't picking it up, so it was just showing 1,000 feet.
Yeah, because now I can see it added to 1,000. I noticed that it said to 7,000 and the TA is 6,000, so it's definitely fixed.
Got any extra thoughts, Paul?
No, Mike, I think you've said it all.
Thought I must have, because you haven't said a lot. Would have probably said it in half as many words.
There was one just little interesting thing. When it bugs down to 240, approaching Lanark, for about 3 or 4 seconds it jumps up to 278 again, and then back down. It's quite odd. Back down to 250.
Let's keep our eyes on it.
But as Mac would say, that's a VNAV thing. Still think it's worth noting.
Of course, my sentiments exactly.
So it bypassed Lanark, wasn't it, Paul? It was almost, because it cuts the corner there, it does fly by.
No, it was before then, the 2D cell
focused on Lanark. Yeah. Anyway, you'll see it.
How do you like my vivid sky, Paul?
Sorry, Owen.
Oh, you were not looking. Most of the time you were looking at my stream, so I thought you were watching. How do you like that vivid sky?
I'm watching Nico at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Give me a few seconds.
I'm watching him as well. Bit fluffy, isn't it?
It's nice, Owen.
I had some discussion with X-Ambience Igor.
Mm-hmm. When are they releasing? Did he tell you?
He was going to make a fix for that spamming the log text file of X-Plane.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because that is spamming
yeah, a lot, eh?
1 gigabyte per 5 hours, so
wow.
Nearly. It's killing your SD card,
yeah.
Your SD drive. But in any case, he said, well, I'm coming back on my answer because we're nearly ready to bring out the Pro.
Okay, that's good.
So we want to finish that first. Well,
gotcha. Then there's no point in fixing the old one.
Yeah. So I took that Vivid Sky and it's okay for now, huh?
Yep. I was just given a nice bowl of ice cream. How's that?
Whoa.
Ice cream in winter. You are decadent.
Oh, it's lovely. This is... I wish I knew what flavor this was to tell. It's like a blueberry or something. But, oh, man, it's just divine.
Your aftershave smells nice.
So no ATC anymore?
I don't fly on the ATC currently.
Yeah, I mean I had Shannon control.
Oh, you had? Okay.
Nathan Little donated $25. Thanks
Nathan Little, you are a gentleman
teaching.
and a scholar. Thank you, sir. It is an absolutely amazing gift. That. Thank you so much.
$1,000 to level off.
Yeah, we finished the birthday cake. That's done, Dave. It didn't last long, you know. It's funny, now that the kids are growing older, my son's 16 and daughter is 11. I mean, my son eats like me, and it's like a grown-up already, kind of. And the appetites are big, man. It's really big. Andre, thank you so much. Yeah, it's what I love to do. We were talking about it just before the stream. It's so natural for me now to do this, and I tell you what, the struggle to get here was real. It's it almost never happened, and I'm so glad I just did it. I'm so glad I just jumped in there, John
1000 to
Fly was
level
very
off.
kind to me in the beginning, and he gave me some tips and everything, you know, so I've got to thank him for that as well. You are Andrew. Okay, got it. Okay. Excellent. So, yeah, I'm just glad I persisted. One of the biggest things that I had to overcome was my voice and the accent. Man, I got ridiculed and blasted in the beginning. Guys didn't like it. It's funny. I just persisted and it paid off. I think I sound kind of normal now to you guys. You've grown used to me, eh?
Of course.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with your voice, Nico.
Have you heard your accent, Erwin?
Yeah, so that's why perhaps.
Yeah, it's the Dutch. It's the Dutch coming through there. Entertainment Central. Sorry, guys, go ahead.
It just jumped to that decel point.
Ah, I missed it. I'm busy laughing here this side. And I see the Entertainment Central is asking if it was tiramisu cake. Not this time. No, my wife hasn't made one like that in a while. She actually went out to a shop and just bought a chocolate cake, to be honest. Yes, still the South African / Dutch accent. A lot of guys have made some very bad comments about it over time, and you know what? I just laughed about it. It's one of those things. Some people can handle it, some can't.
If I do my best, I can make an American accent. but that's...
You still have the Dutch...
That's even worse.
You still got the Dutch twirl in there, man. You're not going to get rid of it.
Yeah, no.
Maybe you're from Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Flight 737.
Not going to talk for a while now.
Yeah.
Ja, joking with our boertjies nou, Nico.
Yes. Hulle moet maar lekker lag vir ons. Ons sal hulle terugkry eendag.
Ja.
Paul, you've now really got me curious about that jump. I'm going to watch this replay, you know, afterwards.
Well, I think it does it again, just at these dots coming up.
Okay. Precies, Peter. Accurate. Right. Okay, so this is not exactly the same approach because it takes you over and then around, but it looks like a very nice end there in that approach. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I'm so busy. I mean, I've flown a couple of the Airbuses. In fact, all of the Airbuses that I own there. What was it? 2 weeks ago, I just had a few days spare because Zibo was not that active, and I mean, I fly them like once in 6 months or so, but that was quite fun. But my love is still the 737, you know, nothing can replace the Zibo for me, eh?
So I think these are the dots for going from 250 to 240.
Yes, it is. The
And
speed type moved.
And
have you seen that vid of V1 simulations?
Mm-mm.
He didn't fly the Zibo for a year.
Mm-hmm.
He told in the stream. He was completely flabbergasted.
Yeah. Most of the guys who haven't flown it in a while, when they come back, they go, wow. But I see a lot of guys are still lost with NPS. I have given that link to our NPS tutorial videos quite a few times, you know, in the last week or so. Because the guys aren't used to the big changes if they haven't been around for a while, eh? Flight 73,
then the problem start. Then the problem start, huh?
Yes, exactly. Flight 737, yeah, we're landing at Glasgow. We're landing at Glasgow Airport. That's why you have that name there. Steve, that's nice. That's nice to know you were here in Josie. Awesome.
Approaching transition. 1000 to level off. 1000 to level off.
I don't think Lanark showed up as magenta. It hasn't swapped to 230 full notice.
It's gone on the tape to 230.
Oh, it has, okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it'll go to 278 and then back to 230 again.
Okay. Still, that's a VNAV code that Zibo is going to work on next, or part of it at least. He has gotten it right before, but in all the changes he makes, you know, there's always a little bit of a change coming, and it seems he's going to have to revisit that. And he said he will, you know, out of his own accord. There we go. We've got standard going to local QNH. Let me just check if it's still the same. Indeed, but look at the weather now.
Woohoo! Yeah, Steel, the speed on the top of the speed tape was 250. It's just that Nico was letting it ride and not
pulling the brake,
putting his speed brake out to make it do it. So it was commanding the right speed at that stage.
Yeah. But it's slippery. I mean, this is one of the slipperiest aircraft you can get. If you don't use your speed brake when you have to use it, things happen. Yeah, George, it's all about the LNAV code and the redraw code on the ND. And the way it redraws the magenta line and the aircraft follows the thing. So there are huge steps in that. Brand new code takes time.
And it's being rewritten code in C++.
Yes, yeah, it's not just a fix. It's going from the XLUA, that's the native X-plane code, into C++. So it's a huge step. Andrew, no. He comes in and he obviously spends time with us here on Discord, and we have a nice chat here with each other.
You know.
But I've never seen him in real life.
I got really stuffed last night.
I must be honest with you, I don't think anybody working on this project has ever seen Zibo. We just talked to him on Discord. He's a very private person. You know, he doesn't spend much time socializing, even with us. He's very...
because he's an alien.
You always say that. Yeah. No, he's very professional. You know, he's got his moments. We've had good laughs together. You know, he's got an excellent sense of humor. Great guy. But, you know, he doesn't socialize that much.
It's not often he comes out in daylight to release an update either. He waits until after dark.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him, Andrew, but under the current circumstances, it's going to be very difficult to get together. Maybe one day we'll definitely do that. I'd love to. I have to have a coffee with a guy and shake his hand and thank him for this wonderful project and, you know, allowing me to be part of it, and the other guys as well. You know, it's a very, very big honor and privilege. Well, guys, let's be real here. You know, guys like Flydeck to Sim, Sasso, Alex, Jan, just to name the guys that I've had the privilege of talking to in real world. You know, these guys are awesome pilots, and Jorge, who started with Zibo way back in the day, these guys are world class. You know, they are exceptional pilots with exceptional knowledge. Oh, and lately also Stefan. I almost forgot about Stefan, and there's Mark as well now. You know, these guys are top of their game, and I mean, they provide so much information. And sorry, I can't pronounce the names of the Czechoslovakian guys. Sorry, there's one or two of them as well. These guys, you know, the kind of information that they provide is instrumental for Zibo to make the systems, you know, to get this aircraft to function the way it functions. Thank you, Andrew.
Flaps 1 set.
There's your bypass. Look how it draws the whole line quite past it. See? There it says bypass CF23. It's bypassing CF23.
Now let's see if it cuts inside. Very slippery aircraft.
But an awesome aircraft, sorry. I had to add that. It's an awesome freaking aircraft.
Oh yeah.
If you ever come and visit, we must go and fly that level D sim here as well. Love to take you. Yeah. Love to take you to feel the real thing.
Pull that speed brake a bit, would you, Nico? Let's see if it flies inside at the proper speed.
I'll pull 2 more flaps for you as well.
All right, thank you.
I could say that magenta overdraw, is that because Nico's quite high speed-wise?
Yeah, look, it's brought it closer, you see, look.
Yeah.
It's brought it in now. How's that? That's so awesome. The fine details, look at that.
I gotta say, because you wouldn't fly that final turn at
1000 to level off.
190, would you?
Yeah, probably not. I'll put the gear out once we're a little bit more closer to straight and level on the finals.
missing out that CF1, isn't it?
That's
yeah, it's cutting inside. Yeah, 30 less than 30-degree bank there as well.
When was the last time you did the alt, Nico?
A long time. Last time I had to for a test.
Yeah, we must test that again.
The hold still works well. Oh, this is interesting, where it's straightened out. Oh, what's he going to do here?
No idea, we'll find out now.
3-1, heading straight for the final fix. Evans going to Charlie Fox.
Well, no, Charlie Fox is dead. Look, it's white, it's dead. It's aiming for Foxtrot 23. So it's basically using the LNAV to get onto finals, and then we'll use the ILS on the diamonds.
There it goes, there's the turn.
I forget you guys are a couple of seconds behind me, sorry man.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
There's no question that it could have flown that line though, isn't there?
No, it could have if it wanted to. Or if it had to,
Localizer capture.
Okay. We're getting there. Why are you saying pull up, pull up?
Oh, you're flying over a hill, Paul.
Yeah, I see.
Flaps 15 set.
In famous hill.
That's why I thought it'd be interesting to come in from the other direction for a change.
Oh yeah, there's the hill, yeah. Big piece of ground there. Okay, yeah, let's see if the blueberry ice cream did anything for the landing.
Yeah, I've stood on the top of that hill.
Okay.
Flaps 30 set. Glide slope capture.
Peter, coming back to your remark there, I'm glad you like these test flights. It's nice to have them, I'm honest, even I enjoy them thoroughly. Just wish I had more time, you know, when real world interferes with the virtual world, I sometimes just sigh. I have to wait. I mean, this morning when I saw this fix was available, I had to work the whole day to get here. Andrew, the model that I'm flying, Linda puts them onto continuous when she needs to, but this model actually has an auto function. When I fly without Linda, I don't even switch them because of the auto function that's built in here. This one has also got an auto probe switch built in. So again, it's all about your setting in the EFB. You've got to work through the EFB, go set up what you want and what you don't want. Linda also controls the landing lights, the runway turn-off lights, taxi lights. She controls most of everything here. Yes, Peter. I did not set up my go-around altitude, and that must be 3,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, piston for a challenge.
Taxi lights on.
Now there's the runway.
Runway
You can
turn
hardly
off,
see
lights
it.
off.
Look, there it is.
Approaching 2-3.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
5,000 feet remaining.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
Thanks, Mac.
Remaining.
60 knots. Yet. Brilliant landing. Nice one, sir.
After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
I want to see a replay of this.
Very nice, Nico.
Thank you.
After landing procedure completed.
I'm not sure where this line goes for these deadways. There seems to be a line.
Flaps up. And set.
And brake set. Right. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown yeah, my procedure. Finals as well.
Great. That was lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glasgow. I hope you're going to enjoy your stay and that you will fly with Skymatix Air in the future again. just look at this beauty. Just look how nice it looks. This is just so good, man. Came with baggage. Yeah.
Shutdown procedure completed.
That was a lovely flight. I really enjoyed it.
it serves some useful purposes as well.
Yeah, for sure.
1,000 feet, stay.
Ach, nee man. I hate it when they put the tower on the ground behind buildings. Who's got a tower there?
I love the moisture coming off the wingtips.
Yeah. Andrew, no idea. I asked Zibo just before the stream started, and he said he might give us another update later this evening for us to test first again. So I'm not sure. Oh, that looks super cool, eh?
And over the Clyde.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, nice one.
You didn't even feel that landing. I'm a professional. Thank you. Thank you. Are you Linda's brother? Just asking for a friend. Yeah, that's awesome. I can't believe they did this. Why? Why would anybody do this? One more replay. Then we'll call it quits. How's that?
Lovely.
So now you don't have the tracking of the aircraft. That's the only thing. Hang on. Here it is. Ugh, I hate moving this camera manually. But we got the idea. Oh, no, hang on. You know what else we can do? Let's try this. No, 8. Haha. Okay, we'll call it quits after this.
Excellent.
Yeah, my tiller was just a little bit off center there. That's why I went a little bit zigzag there, as that front wheel came down. I had to quickly find my middle there. But that was nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, go enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching. May you have a blessed rest of your day, however long remains. And sorry, Daza, I missed your question there. I just noticed it. Let's see. I tried to install the demo of Linda yesterday into the Zibo plugin folder and got to set up point. Reloaded the plane, but it didn't work. Daza, I have no idea. Mine works. Just make sure you put it in the correct place, first of all. Make sure you don't have double or extra folders. It's a very specific folder set that needs to go into the Zibo plugin folder. And more than that, please go ask Jar Design on their forum. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to help you. Good night, everybody. Stay well.